And welcome back everyone to more Let's Play Pokemon Pika version. I'm host of course, Mr. Pino's X of ExoticzGaming. And I did some grinding off screen. As you can see, Pidgey, or as I named him after my good friend Mr. Game Guy, is now in level 6. Pretty much the same level as my Pikachu. I'm going to be doing this a lot throughout this playthrough. But I will be updating you guys how my grind is doing on Twitter. You can follow my Twitter in the link in the bottom below. But anyway, today's episode, we will be exploring Viridian City, going through Route 2, and going through the Viridian Forest. But anyway, this thing right here, this is called a PC. Now, we have someone's PC, we'll get to that later, Ernesto's PC, which is me, and Professor Oak's PC. Now, we already know what my PC does, since I showed it off last episode. Professor Oak's PC is pretty much, you giving Professor Oak your Pokédex and see how you're doing. Someone's PC is pretty much where you store your Pokemon. Now, you could only have up to 6 Pokemon in your party. If you capture a Pokemon and you do have a full 6 in your party, that Pokemon goes to someone's PC. Now, doesn't necessarily mean that Pokemon will be there forever. You have the choice of having that Pokemon in your party, but you gotta deposit a Pokemon in there in order to withdraw that Pokemon that you want. You get what I mean? But yeah, the reason it's called someone's PC is because we have not met the person that made the PC. We will meet him later, and that'll change to this person's name, PC. So yeah. But anyway, here is Viridian City, the eternally green paradise. This is pretty much, I don't know, like a really small town, you know. You have your school right here. This is where teachers teach kids about Pokemon, before they turn 10 and pretty much, explore the Pokemon world to become the very best that no one's ever was. Pun intended. And then this guy pretty much, I don't know. Pretty much people don't know how to lock their doors in this game. So you can pretty much freely go into any building. Well, some of them. Because we can't go to this building right here. This right here is a Pokemon gym. Pokemon gyms are pretty much the center of attention of the whole Pokemon games. The main focus of it, to be exact. Well, not really. One of the main focuses of it. Pretty much, there are 8 people that run those gyms. There's 8 people that run different gyms throughout the Kanto region. If you bait, which are called gym leaders. If you beat those gym leaders with your Pokemon, and you pretty much duke it out with each other's Pokemon, and if you beat him, you earn a badge. That badge, if you collect all 8 badges, all 8, you can go to the Pokemon League to face off against the champion. And that you will be considered the best Pokemon trainer ever. But anyway, here we have Route 2. The first Pokemon that you would encounter is Nidoran. Nidoran, a poison type Pokemon. And we'll kind of be using her throughout the playthrough. Not really. Not necessarily. Not until, we actually capture the Pokemon we will be using permanently. But we will use her for now. So yeah. The reason why this Pokemon has the female sign compared to the other Pokemon, we'll get to that later. But first, here we captured Nidoran. But yeah, that's the first Pokemon you would encounter. Which is, it's really rare to encounter a Nidoran. I was really surprised that I actually encountered her on pretty much my first go. So yeah, she's pretty rare. Most common Pokemon you would encounter is a Pidgey. But we already caught a Pidgey, that's why I decided not to show it off. Nah, I'm not gonna nickname her. But anyway, the next Pokemon let's just go ahead and show off. But yeah, if you capture a Pokemon, it'll still be the health that you left it at. So you pretty much, as soon as you capture a Pokemon, you have to heal them or go to the Pokemon Center when you capture them. But anyway, here is the male version of Nidoran. Nidoran male. Now, the difference is because Nidoran female is blue and pretty much has a much more shorter ears. Nidoran male is purple or pink, purple, whatever. You know, he's purple in this game, so we'll say purple. Uh-oh. Whoopsies, wrong item. But anyway, yeah. These two Pokemon evolve into, well, we'll get to evolution later, actually. I don't want to explore, I don't want to say anything yet. Gosh, why? Oh, already off to a good start. But anyway, nah, we're not gonna nickname the third and I mentioned before, the third Pokemon, yeah, is a Pidgey, pretty much. But anyway, here going through the Viridian Forest. Now, pretty much what the Viridian Forest is a really big forest. It's just like a maze, pretty much. And you would encounter these certain type Pokemon. And I'll go ahead and show you guys right now. Treat your tips, weaken Pokemon before you capture them. When healthy, they can escape. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. But anyway, let's go ahead and go through this. Yeah. Should we go through? No, let's go through. But anyway, the first Pokemon that you would encounter is a Caterpie. Caterpie is a bug type Pokemon. So yeah, because it's like a caterpillar pretty much. So yeah, we will be using Caterpie permanently in this playthrough because I'll explain this thing later because we haven't gotten to that part yet. But anyways, just go ahead and weaken this Caterpie real quick. Ooh, paralyzation. Let's go. Yeah, that's the thing with Pikachu's moves. Certain electric type moves. It can leave a Pokemon paralyzed. So that's called status problems. There's paralysis, there's frozen, there's sleeping, and then there's poison. They're poisoned or they're burned. Yeah, those are status problems. Pretty much that can affect a Pokemon. Paralysis pretty much means it's a big chance that, you know, they could get paralyzed and they can't even move. But anyway, we will be naming Caterpie after a special someone. She entered my life a year ago. And, you know, it's pretty much when I first saw her, immediately touched my heart. I'll be naming Caterpie after my daughter, Ava. Because there's a Pokemon. But anyway, the second Pokemon you encounter in this is a Metapod. Now, what is a Metapod? As you can see right now, Ava is at level 6. Because I did a grinding as well. But anyway, this is something that's also mainly in the Pokemon games. So as soon as a Caterpie is at level 7, it evolves. Yes, evolution. One of the biggest things in Pokemon. Once they get stronger in a certain level, they evolve. So Caterpie evolves into a Metapod, the Pokemon that we just fought. Pretty much Metapod is a cocoon. Because you know how in caterpillars, they turn into cocoons. After that, they grow into butterflies. So yeah, that centers around Caterpie. Now, you would also encounter another bug Pokemon by the name of Weedle, but for some reason in Pokemon Yellow, you don't encounter them here. You can only encounter either Pidgeys, Caterpies, Metapods, and the evolved form of Pidgey. I'm not gonna show him off just yet, because, you know, we will once we evolve our game guy, or Pidgey, pretty much. So yeah. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. We will be doing something that's also a really big thing in the Pokemon games, and you think that facing your rival is the only Pokemon battle that you'll encounter, no. There's other trainers out there, guys. Welcome to our first official Pokemon trainer battle. Now, each route that you go through, there's Pokemon trainers around that route. If you go even as in front of them, that big exclamation point will go on top of their heads, pretty much like Metal Gear Solid. And they want to battle you. You have to battle them. You cannot run away when you, just like encountering a wild Pokemon. You have to battle them. And pretty much you have to make their Pokemon faint, all their Pokemon that they have, and you pretty much win the battle. So yeah, that's another big focus on the Pokemon games, is Pokemon battles as well. So yeah, and Mr. Game Guy is at level 8. Let's go Pikachu. I probably should have named Pikachu after someone, but I like to think of Pikachu as me. A reason I didn't name him after me was because we already named myself after someone, and that's, the character you play as. So yeah. But anyway, here defeated Caterpie, level 9. Not yet. We haven't leveled up Pikachu yet. So definitely the next time we face off against the next trainer. But anyway, every route, pretty much, you would encounter these trainers. If you want to avoid them, well, there's certain, areas you can go through to skip Pokemon trainer battles. But each trainer has a specific type that they would always use. Since we're in the Viridian Forest, and all the Pokemon we pretty much encounter are bug-type Pokemon, we encounter these trainers called bug catchers. Pretty much they just use bug Pokemon, which you could easily defeat if you have a fire-type Pokemon or a flying-type Pokemon. But since, this is Pokemon Yellow, the first Pokemon we started was Pikachu, so we can't use the fire, the starter Pokemon that's a fire type. We will get to those 3 later, but pretty much in Pokemon Red and Blue, you have the option of choosing which Pokemon you want to start out with. There is the fire type known as Charmander, the water type known as Squirtle, and the grass type known as Bulbasaur, the one that no one ever picks. I am serious. Every single time, not once have I known somebody that did pick Bulbasaur. I mean, I've seen playthroughs of people picking Bulbasaur as their starter Pokemon, but never in my life have I ever had a friend that started out with Bulbasaur. Like, it's crazy. It really is. But more about those 3 starters later, because we will be encountering them, just letting you guys know. But we don't encounter them in the wild, just letting you guys know. But more on that when we get to there. But anyway, let's go ahead and switch up to Ava real quick. It's a Metapod versus Metapod battle. Oh my god, the most interesting, the best battle you would ever be a part of. A Metapod battle. Yes. And there's this specific move as soon as Caterpie evolves into Metapod that is called Harden. Now, each of these moves don't necessarily deal damage. Some moves pretty much, gain speed, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, pretty much. Those are called stats that each Pokemon has, pretty much. And each move either powers up that specific stat, or it pretty much decreases your opponent's stats, pretty much. So that's another thing about Pokemon. It's not only about leveling up, it's about, what stats are in your Pokemon. So yeah, each Pokemon pretty much has their own strengths and weaknesses. Like Pikachu, he is very good when it comes. Well, I guess in this one he's a guy. He's a guy. But well, they don't really have a specific gender in this game. Besides Nidoran male and female, or um, obviously by their names or something. But anyway, um, Pikachu pretty much is known for its speed. So yeah. Anyway, here facing off, I think is the last Pokemon trainer that we will encounter. I'm really not sure. I think it is. I'm really not sure, but yeah. Oh man, I mean, I remember going through the Viridian Forest. It's one of those where you literally have to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to the Pokemon Center. It's just to, heal your Pokemon. If, of course, you don't want to spend money on potions. And that takes pretty much a long time. But thankfully, for the power of editing videos, we won't go through that problem. So, yeah. But yeah, it's one of those where it's literally a pain, depending on what Pokemon you encounter, especially a Metapod, because like literally if you encounter a Metapod that's literally just prematured, that's, I don't know, like you could encounter a Metapod that's in level 4 and or level 5 or 6. And usually Caterpies evolve in level 7. The only move that they know is Harden, and pretty much it rises up. It's the defense, and it is annoying. It is annoying because you're just right there, just trying to knock this, Pokemon down, but it keeps using Harden when it keeps rising up its defense, and it just gets annoying and annoying. But yeah. But I guess in this version, they don't really know that, flying bug types are weakness against flying. So, but when you, of course, played, the much newer Pokemon games. But in earlier ones, they, pretty much don't specifically state that. So, yeah. Actually, it isn't our last trainer. I thought it was. We're almost there, though. We're almost to the end. Here, using the potion for Pikachu real quick. So, yeah. Every Pokemon right now is at level 8. So, yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm going to skip through the whole freaking wild Pokemon. That's what I'm going to do throughout this playthrough. If in certain area that has, like, as soon as I show off the route, I will show which Pokemon are in that route. But after that, that's it. I'm not gonna go through the Pokemon battles just to make this whole thing quicker. But anyway, here we are encountering the last bug catcher. Holy shit, that was crazy. I encountered a Pokemon. Yeah, I encountered a Pokemon. And as soon as, that wild Pokemon battle is over, I'm immediately going through the trainer battle right now. But anyway, this specific bug catcher has a level 10 Caterpie. It's prematured. It's pre-evolved. It's supposed to evolve already in level 7. But when Metapod reaches level 10, it evolves again. And pretty much you already know what it is. It's a butterfly Pokemon. And sometimes I like to call my daughter, my little butterfly, because I don't know, it's just, but anyway, sorry, I just really got caught in the moment. But anyway, here we reach the end of Viridian Forest, so yay! Supple, man. But yeah, another thing too, like some other people are not necessarily Pokemon trainers. So, you could just talk to them and they give you kind of advice on, pretty much certain Pokemon or what to do in battles pretty much. And some give you items, special items. So that's why I like to talk to pretty much go to that person to see, you know, if he could give me an item or not. So yeah. But anyway, here we have the next city, Pewter City. This city is where we face off against our first gym leader. We will not do it this episode, everyone. I'm gonna end the episode right here. Hopefully everyone enjoyed this episode. Hopefully everyone is enjoying this playthrough so far, you know. So yeah. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Let's Play Pokemon Pika Virgin. In the next episode, we will be fighting our first Pokemon gym battle. This has been Mysteries Pinalza X saying good night, good morning, good day. Whatever time you guys are watching this video, I will see you guys on the next one. Alright everyone, bye.